A revolution is underway in parts of the region, a Jesus revolution. An unprecedented number of Muslims are forsaking Islam and choosing to follow Christ, especially in Iran.
A nation known for its long-standing traditions is undergoing unexpected changes. Churches are now filled with worshipers, while mosques are experiencing fewer attendees in the Islamic Republic of Iran. This dramatic shift in mindset has left everyone puzzled, and the answer is quite remarkable. Over 1 million Muslims in Iran have made the surprising choice to convert to Christianity. This surge in Christian conversions could potentially signal a significant shift away from radical Islam in the country. Iran has a strong foundation in Islamic traditions, but it is also experiencing an unexpected and significant shift, with a growing number of people converting from Islam to Christianity. This transformation is not only changing the country's religious landscape, but also challenging the core principles of its theocratic government, which is built on Shia Islamic principles. The government has tightly controlled religious expression for decades, often harshly punishing those who dissent. The notorious morality police, tasked with enforcing Islamic laws, have once again come under international scrutiny after allegedly shooting a woman for violating the mandatory hijab laws. The described incidents demonstrate the stringent and frequently oppressive methods employed to maintain religious uniformity. However, signs of discontent are widespread. Reportedly, 50,000 of Iran's 75,000 mosques have closed due to declining attendance, as noted by senior Iranian cleric M. Mohammed Abul Qasim, indicating a significant decline in religious participation and a broader crisis of faith among Iranians. This trend aligns with reports that approximately 1 million Muslims in Iran have converted to Christianity, suggesting a growing wave of religious change, often referred to as the Jesus Revolution. Approximately 1 million Iranians have converted to Christianity, representing a significant cultural and spiritual shift. Many find Christianity's message of hope, love, and personal connection with God to be a stark contrast to the authoritarian and punitive nature of the Islamic regime. The reasons behind this movement are closely linked to Iran's political, social, and economic challenges, such as high drug addiction rates, widespread corruption, and widespread poverty. For many Iranians, these systemic issues have diminished the appeal of the Islamic faith as it is currently practiced. The economic hardship in the country has been a significant factor contributing to discontent. Iran's economy has been affected by international sanctions, mismanagement, and corruption, leading to widespread poverty. As a result, many Iranians are questioning the promises of the Islamic theocracy. A survey by the Netherlands-based Ghan Institute found that 80% of Iranians desire a democratic government, rejecting the current form of the Islamic Republic. This disillusionment with political Islam has created an environment conducive to exploring alternative spiritual paths. In this context, Christianity is viewed not only as a religion, but also as a means of liberation, both spiritually and socially. The promise of democracy and human rights, often associated with Christian-majority nations, appeals to those yearning for freedom and equality. This growing interest in Christianity aligns with broader calls for reform, suggesting that religion is becoming a focal point for resistance against the regime. The Islamic leadership in Iran has responded forcefully to the rise of Christianity. Conversion from Islam is forbidden, and those who leave the faith often face severe punishments like imprisonment or even death. The government's attempts to suppress Christianity are part of a broader strategy to maintain control over the population. Despite these efforts, underground churches and digital platforms have become centers for Christian worship and education, allowing the movement to grow despite the risks. The appeal of Christianity for converts goes beyond just dissatisfaction with Islam. They are often drawn to the religion's emphasis on compassion and forgiveness, as well as the idea of a personal relationship with God, which provides a sense of hope and agency that may be lacking in their previous religious experiences. This growth occurs in a world where many feel let down by those in power and overwhelmed by systemic injustice. The teachings of Jesus provide a message of hope and compassion. The words from Matthew 11:28 or 30 speak directly to the hearts of those who are struggling, offering rest and relief for people worn down by years of hardship. For many Iranians, these words offer a sense of freedom and solace in a system that seems to have abandoned them. In Iran, where oppression and hardship have become part of daily life, Christianity is becoming more than just a religion for many. It's a symbol of personal freedom and a way to push back against a regime that tightly intertwines religion and politics. For those who feel trapped by the empty promises of the Islamic theocracy, turning to Jesus is like finding a way to breathe again. This is not just about religious beliefs. It is a deeply personal act of defiance. Iran's government has built its power on strict interpretations of Islam, and choosing Christianity challenges that foundation. Embracing Christianity in Iran is not just about faith, it is a statement that rejects a system that has failed the people for decades. Iranians have faced widespread poverty, government corruption, and high rates of drug addiction, shattering their faith in a system that promised them justice and dignity through Islam. In contrast, Christianity offers a message of love, forgiveness, and hope, which feels like a remedy to the harshness of daily life. The idea of a personal relationship with God, based on compassion rather than control, has drawn thousands to explore a faith that feels more human and accessible. However, the Iranian government views the growth of Christianity as a serious threat, not just to their religious authority, but to their entire political system. The government has responded by cracking down on underground churches. Christian converts are being arrested, and public expressions of faith are closely monitored. The government fears that if people find hope and meaning outside of their version of Islam, it will undermine their control. Despite the risks, the movement continues to grow. Many converts rely on digital platforms and secret gatherings to practice their faith and support each other. It's a quiet but determined revolution, and the government's efforts to stop it have only highlighted the resilience of those involved. Across Iran, new Christian converts are cautiously sharing the profound changes in their lives with friends and loved ones, navigating the dangerous reality of their newfound faith. Safe spaces for spiritual seekers, such as hidden house churches and discreet Bible study groups, offer refuge but remain under constant threat. These small gatherings, often consisting of no more than 10 to 15 believers, take place in unassuming locations like modest apartments or inconspicuous homes. When the door is locked, the group feels a sense of relief and finds safety within their community, even if it's temporary. However, this fragile peace is often shattered when authorities conduct military-style raids on these gatherings. The leaders, seen as the key figures in these underground networks, are singled out for severe punishment. They are taken without warning and face detention in facilities designed to break their spirit through solitary confinement, torture, and relentless psychological pressure. The government's goal is clear: force these believers to renounce their faith and return to Islam. Detainees endure harsh conditions, cut off from family, legal aid, and any semblance of fairness, facing vague charges like acting against national security. Even after completing their sentences, the nightmare continues as the government maintains strict surveillance, monitoring every movement and communication of those it considers a threat. Despite the substantial risks and the severe consequences, a growing number of Iranians are finding solace and inspiration in the teachings and message of Jesus. Amidst the pervasive injustice, widespread corruption, and relentless oppression that define their daily lives, these Iranians are turning to Christianity in search of hope, empowerment, and liberation. The authoritarian Iranian regime, driven by a deep-rooted fear of this burgeoning spiritual movement, has employed a range of heavy-handed tactics to try and suppress the spread of Christianity, from arbitrary arrests and prolonged detentions to physical abuse and even execution of Christian converts. The government has unleashed a campaign of brutal persecution. However, the statistics and data tell a very different story, one of resilience, dedication, and an unwavering faith that defies the regime's attempts at eradication. The words of Jesus in the Gospel of Matthew, where he foretells that his followers will be hated and persecuted by all, yet will be saved if they stand firm, resonate profoundly with Iranian Christians. These prophetic words have become a source of solace and strength as the Iranian Christian community endures unimaginable hardships and adversity with remarkable courage and steadfastness. Faced with constant threats of violence, imprisonment, and even death, these devout believers continue to navigate the treacherous landscape of religious oppression with unparalleled resilience. Their unwavering commitment to their faith in the face of such severe persecution serves as a testament to the transformative power of the message they have embraced. Interestingly, while the Iranian government responds to this spiritual awakening with harsh and relentless repression, the reaction of many friends and family members of Christian converts often takes a more nuanced and understanding turn. As they witness the profound changes in the lives of their loved ones, their perspectives often shift towards acceptance as they come to appreciate the profound impact that the teachings of Jesus have had on those dear to them. Across the Muslim-majority regions of the world, a significant and steadily increasing number of individuals are embarking on a journey of spiritual exploration, often leading to a conversion from Islam to other faiths, particularly Christianity. This grassroots movement is not confined to any single country or region, but rather represents a broader shift in the religious landscape of the Islamic world. In Iran, the government's relentless efforts to maintain its tight control over the religious and social fabric of the country are being challenged by this growing wave of conversions. The driving force behind this phenomenon is a profound desire for freedom, truth, and hope qualities that many are finding lacking in the rigidity of their traditional faith. One of the most remarkable aspects of this trend is the reports of Muslims experiencing vivid dreams and visions of Jesus Christ. These spiritual encounters often mark the beginning of a profound personal transformation, even if the individual does not immediately convert. These experiences serve as a catalyst, helping the individuals overcome the deep-rooted cultural and religious barriers that have long hindered open-mindedness and spiritual exploration. As this movement continues to gather momentum, it is not only challenging the government's control, but also shaking the very foundations of the Islamic faith in the region. The ripple effects of this grassroots spiritual awakening are being felt across the Muslim world as more and more people seek a more fulfilling and meaningful spiritual path, one that offers the freedom, truth, and hope that they have been yearning for. These religious visions and encounters serve as a powerful avenue for many people to explore and connect with Christianity in a deeply personal way. The ministry representative notes that individuals who experience these divine visions often share remarkably similar reflections, such as a profound realization of God's unconditional love and compassion, a stark contrast to their previous beliefs that He is primarily a wrathful and punitive deity. This dramatic shift in spiritual perspective can be truly transformative, causing them to question their long-held assumptions about the nature of the divine. In Islamic cultures, dreams and visions hold an even more substantial significance, as they are often interpreted as direct communication from God. For many devout Muslims, experiencing a dream or vision of Jesus Christ can be a profoundly impactful and life-altering event. These visions frequently convey messages of mercy, kindness, and spiritual guidance that starkly contrast with their prior understanding of the Abrahamic God as a distant, judgmental figure. This disconnect between their ingrained theology and the loving, compassionate Jesus they encounter in these mystical experiences frequently sets them on a spiritual quest to reconcile these differences, leading them to study the teachings of Christ more closely. The transformative power of these religious visions and encounters should not be underestimated. They have the capacity to shatter long-held beliefs, challenge dogmatic thinking, and catalyze profound personal and spiritual awakenings. As more individuals share their stories of these mystical experiences, it has drawn considerable attention and scholarly interest, with researchers seeking to better understand the psychological, theological, and sociological implications of these phenomena. The ministry's efforts to document and analyze these visions provide valuable insights into the complex interplay between religious tradition, personal experience, and the human search for meaning and connection with the divine. The phenomenon of growing Christianity is not limited to Iran, but is a broader trend seen across the Muslim-majority regions of the world. This religious shift is particularly evident in countries like Afghanistan and Yemen, where Christianity has been steadily gaining adherents despite the significant risks and challenges faced by those who choose to convert. In Afghanistan, the rise of Christianity is occurring largely in secret, as the Taliban's strict enforcement of Islamic law has created an atmosphere of immense fear and distrust for those who dare to embrace a different faith. Converts to Christianity face severe persecution, including the threat of imprisonment, torture, and even execution should their beliefs be discovered by the Taliban authorities. Despite these grave dangers, a growing number of Afghans are finding solace and meaning in the Christian faith, driven by a deep personal and spiritual connection with the teachings of Jesus Christ and the promise of redemption. Similarly, in Yemen, there is mounting evidence of the spread of Christianity, even amidst the ongoing civil war and humanitarian crisis that has devastated the country. The Yemeni government, which is heavily influenced by conservative Islamic ideology, has historically been hostile towards Christian proselytizing and has actively sought to suppress the growth of the religion. However, underground networks of Christian believers have managed to take root, offering a glimmer of hope and spiritual fulfillment to those seeking an alternative to the prevailing religious and political landscape. The expansion of Christianity in these Muslim-majority regions can be attributed to a complex interplay of factors, including the appeal of the faith's emphasis on personal salvation, the disillusionment with traditional religious and political authorities, and the desire for a sense of community and belonging in the face of ongoing conflict and instability. While the risks remain high, the resilience and determination of these new Christian converts in Afghanistan, Yemen, and beyond serve as a testament to the power of faith faith and the human spirit to find solace and hope even in the darkest of circumstances. The growth of Christianity in the Middle East is occurring at nearly twice the global rate, which is particularly remarkable given the deeply entrenched Islamic traditions in the region and the ongoing humanitarian crisis. Even in Saudi Arabia, a nation known for its strict interpretation of Islam, there are signs of increased tolerance, with the Saudi monarchy acknowledging the possibility of peaceful coexistence with Christians, a significant shift from the attitudes of the past. The narrative of mass conversions from Islam to Christianity has also gained momentum on social media, with claims of millions of Muslims becoming Christians. While these figures are astonishing, their accuracy is questionable due to the lack of credible sources. The anecdotal evidence from various organizations and personal testimonies across the Middle East indicates a significant increase in the number of Muslims converting to Christianity in recent years. Religious leaders and ministry workers on the ground have reported a remarkable spiritual awakening taking place, as more and more individuals from Muslim backgrounds are encountering the transformative power of the Christian faith. Observers describe this phenomenon as part of a broader movement of God's Spirit, a transformative wave with the potential to reshape not just individual lives, but even entire societies that have long been considered Islamic strongholds. Incentives. The Holy Spirit is breaking down long-standing barriers, challenging cultural and political expectations, and bringing about profound changes in the lives of these new believers. The universal message of the Bible's call to redemption through Jesus Christ is resonating powerfully across borders and cultural divides, speaking directly to the hearts of people worldwide. These converts often describe a deep personal connection with the story of salvation, finding solace, hope, and purpose in the teachings of Christ in a way that transcends their previous religious frameworks. This remarkable movement of spiritual awakening is not limited to a single country or isolated community, but rather a testament to the profound and universal nature of God's love and the transformative work of the Holy Spirit. Anecdotal reports indicate that this awakening is occurring in diverse contexts, from urban centers to remote villages, cutting across socioeconomic and ethnic lines, as the message of the gospel continues to spread and take root in the hearts and lives of Muslims throughout the region. Religious scholars and missiologists are closely studying this phenomenon, seeking to understand its underlying causes and the broader implications for the future of Christianity in the Middle East. As this spiritual awakening continues to unfold, many are hopeful that it will lead to lasting changes, not just in the lives of individual believers, but in the social, cultural, and political landscapes of these nations that have long been dominated by Islamic influence. The message of God's unconditional love and forgiveness is bringing a profound and transformative change to the people of the Middle East. For far too long, this region has been plagued by oppression, injustice, and a pervasive sense of despair. However, a remarkable spiritual shift is now underway, one that transcends the realm of personal belief and is actively shaping the social and cultural fabric of the area. While the Middle East has long been perceived as resistant to change, a quiet yet significant transformation is now taking hold. Individuals are embracing the profound gift of salvation through Jesus Christ, finding solace, hope, and a renewed sense of purpose in his teachings. This message of redemption is spreading like a beacon of light, illuminating the darkness that has cast a long shadow over the region for generations. The impact of this spiritual awakening extends far beyond the personal realm. Communities are coming together, fostering a spirit of unity, compassion, and reconciliation that was once thought unimaginable. Walls of mistrust and division are slowly crumbling as people from diverse backgrounds find common ground in the teachings of Christ. This profound shift is challenging deep-rooted prejudices and paving the way for a more just, equitable, and harmonious society. Yet this transformative journey is not without its challenges. The forces of darkness and oppression are fiercely resisting this shift, determined to maintain their grip on the region. But the believers in the Middle East remain steadfast, drawing strength from the unwavering love and forgiveness of God. They are confronting these obstacles with unwavering faith, knowing that the light of truth will ultimately prevail over the darkness. As this profound spiritual awakening continues to gain significant momentum across the region, the people of the diverse and dynamic Middle East are finding deep solace, unwavering purpose, and a renewed and rejuvenated sense of hope in the face of long-standing turmoil and challenges. The powerful message of God's unconditional, all-encompassing, and transformative love is not only profoundly touching and reshaping individual lives on a personal level, but is also catalyzing and driving a profound, wide-reaching, and far-ranging social and cultural metamorphosis that holds the immense promise of ushering in a brighter, more just, equitable, and harmonious future, not just for the region, but for all of humanity. This spiritual awakening is transcending religious, ethnic, and political divides, uniting people from all walks of life under the common banner of faith, compassion, and a shared vision for a better tomorrow. Communities that were once torn apart by conflict are now coming together in a spirit of unity and mutual understanding, finding common ground in their devotion to the divine and their yearning for peace, progress, and prosperity. As this transformative process continues to unfold, we are witnessing the emergence of a new, more tolerant, inclusive, and enlightened Middle East, one that is shedding the shackles of the past and embracing a future filled with hope, harmony, and the boundless potential of the human spirit. The ramifications of this profound societal shift will be felt not just regionally, but globally, as the world looks on in awe at the resilience, determination, and spiritual awakening of the people of this ancient and storied land.